Good morning, everyone. My name is Desiree DeVille, and I serve as a Special Assistant to the Associate Deputy Director, Courtney Marriott, with the Office of Community Relations. I want to welcome you to the Office of Community Relations First Class Act Initiative. Woo! Before we get started, I would like to give a round of applause to our director, Ms. Unisha Davis. This was a vision of hers, and she ensured that this vision came to light, so we are excited to be here today. Our sponsors are listed on to the left of me. I would like to give a special thank you to the County Executive's Office, Coca-Cola Consolidated, Prince George's County Public School System, Prince George's County Education Association, Maryland State Education Association, the Office of Homeland Security, Prince George's County Fire and EMS Department, the Office of Central Services, and Fountain Community Enrichment. Thank you all for assisting OCR with this initiative. Last but not least, I want to thank the OCR staff. I would like to give a thank you to Director Davis, who is here today, our Associate Deputy Director, Courtney Marriott, Amelia Williams, Walter James, Angel Perez, James Rogers, Greg Amobi, and our newcomer, Mr. Robert Frank. We are excited and ready to celebrate you all today. I'm very excited today. I am. And Principal Preston will know, because we was here till 5:30, 6 o'clock last night, making sure that everything is good to go for you all, so we can celebrate our unsung heroes of Prince George's County, which is our Prince George's County school teachers. But before we get started, I wanted to set some ground rules. Will you please mute all your cell phones and remain respectful of all presenters? As you can see, we have a robust agenda this evening. I'm sorry, this morning. We will have remarks from the Director of Government Relations from Coca-Cola Consolidated, Mr. Altman Pannell. Next, we will have remarks and greetings from Principal Preston of Suitland Elementary School. Following Principal Preston, we will have remarks and greetings from Ms. Donna Christie, Dr. Donna Christie, the President of Prince George's County Education Association. After PGCEA's remarks, you will hear from Prince George's County Public Schools Representative, Dr. Lassiter and Ms. Shields. And following Dr. Lassiter's and Ms. Shields' remarks, the Director of the Office of Community Relations, Ms. Unisha Davis, will bring greetings and introduce our County Executive, Madam Angela D. Alsobrooks. After Director Davis' greetings and introduction of the County Executive, you will hear from the County Executive. Following the County Executive remarks and greetings, we will move into the celebration and the gifting of the materials. Lastly, we will move to closing remarks from Mr. Purnell. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Purnell from Coca-Cola Consolidated.
Thank you. Great. Good morning. We are very excited to be here. This has been almost a year long of doing this, establishing relationships with OCR and really being honest to do what we do. Coke Consolidated, we are the largest bottler of Coke products in the nation. We're headquartered in Charlotte, but we have 9 facilities in the state of Maryland, one of which sits in Prince George's County and Capitol Heights. So we're very proud of that. And one thing we're really proud to do is our mission statement, which is to honor God in all we do, serve others, pursue excellence, and grow profitably. And that's kind of not what you really hear from Fortune 500 companies, to honor God in all you do and serve others. And that culture of service is something that our CEO really takes seriously. So I have the blessing and the benefit in my role as Government Relations Director to identify what our governments need in my territory and say, hey, if this is a need, we want to be here and be that corporate sponsor to fill those needs. And this is one of the things that we're proud to do. And this is the first, not the last, that we'll be able to step up. And we have a great relationship here with Prince George's County, with you all. I'm really proud to do this and give back to our most important citizens in Prince George's County, our teachers. So we just want to say thank you. This is a small token of our appreciation for everything that you all do here in the county, our teachers do, and not the last time we'll do it. So thank you again for having us here. Glad to be a sponsor, and thank you again.
Now we will hear from Principal Preston of Suitland Elementary School.
Good Good morning, everyone. I am so honored to have you here today. I'd like to acknowledge my assistant principal, Miss Melissa Parnell. Also, we were expecting some other individuals, but that's okay. We want to give honor and respect to our county exec as she's on her way in. Miss Angela also Brooks has been phenomenal in our community, and we're so happy to have her come back again today. Thank you, Director Unisha Davis, for all of your support from your team in your office. This is phenomenal. Thank you so much to my colleagues in education. Thank you for coming to Suitland to receive all of your wonderful gifts, and we cannot forget Mr. Pennell. Thank you so much, sir, for all of these wonderful gifts. We were not expecting this. I told him if I could do a cartwheel, believe me, I'll be all over, but I can't do it and you don't want me to. So thank you so much, sir. This is going to be phenomenal. The teachers are going to be ecstatic. Thank you so much for all that you have done to support our school. And thank you. I cannot walk away from this mic without mentioning this lady. Ms. DeVille has been phenomenal in making sure that this Class Act initiative came off with a hitch. Wonderful job. Round of applause to you, my dear. Excellent work. Thank you so much for coming to Suitland today, and we hope you have a good visit.
Thank you so much for that, Principal Preston. Now we will hear from Dr. Donna Christie of Prince George's County Education Association.
All right, thank you, everyone. I'm Dr. Donna Christie, President of the Prince George's County Educators Association, representing our teachers and all of our educators that work in our school system. And on behalf of them, I want to thank Coca-Cola and the County Executive's Office. Courtney approached me several months ago at this point, asking, Coca-Cola wants to do this thing. My first question was, are they aligned with our values? And they are. I was happy to see that. I did my research to make sure they were aligned with our values. And second, they asked what the teachers need. So I put it out to our membership and said, what do you need? Give me your wish list. So I sent them a very extensive wish list from our educators, all the things that they come out of pocket for every year to fund their classrooms and make sure that our students have the best learning experience possible. So that actually delayed this event quite a bit as they went back and rethought what they were originally going to give, and they substantially increased their budget and the number of schools receiving this donation, which is amazing. So just on behalf of our educators, we thank you. There's so much. Our educators, as was referred to earlier, go as our unsung heroes, but oftentimes it's even worse than that. They're actually in the media these days. It seems like we're under attack. So to see a company reach out and really embrace us as educators and say, we see what you're doing. You made it through a pandemic with our kids. You're coming back. You had to clean out your classrooms and switch to distance learning on a dime, and then you had to switch back and come back into the classroom after having cleaned out your classrooms and taken everything home, and now you've had to restock your classrooms. So this is just such a timely thing. Everybody is still trying to adjust back, and so this is so great of an event, and we just can't thank you enough. And I'm gonna then kick it over to our state president, Ms. Cheryl Boast from the Maryland State Education Association.
Good morning. Donna and I did not plan our dress coordinated, but I'm happy to be here. I am Cheryl Boast. I'm a 4th and 5th grade teacher in Baltimore County, and I'm proudly serving as the president for the Maryland State Education Association, and we represent 75,000 educators across the state, both teachers, administrators, education support professionals, our aspiring educators, and retirees, so a lot of folks. And I can tell you firsthand as a 4th grade teacher, this is awesome. I mean, people don't know what teachers do with Ziploc bags. We do a lot with Ziploc bags. And we always need them. And the wet wipes and everything else are so important. On average, our educators spend over $500 out of their own pockets each year to supplement their classrooms. And that's even more at the elementary school level. I mean, our kindergarten teachers, they put a ton of their own money in. And at the same time, we only get paid 80 cents on the dollar compared to other professions who are requiring the same educational value. So I appreciate, on behalf of the educators, Coca-Cola's investment, the county executive's investment in educators. As Donna said, our educators are not feeling loved right now across this country. We see things that are curtailing our ability to teach an accurate and honest education, to address the students that are in front of us. So I think of today as a big hug to our educators here who are receiving these supplies. So thank you for giving our educators the love and the hug that they needed. Thank you.
Thank you to our presidents of PGCEA and MSEA. We are so grateful for you all. So thank you so much for coming out and giving them remarks and greetings. Okay. Is it gonna bring her faster? Play some music, I really dance. So now we will have remarks and greetings from Ms. Erica Berry Wilson on the behalf of Dr. Golson for Prince George's County Public School System. So good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out for what is a great event. We're so excited, and it's my pleasure and honor to come before you on behalf of Dr. Monica Golson, the CEO of Prince George's County Public Schools. As was mentioned by Ms. Bost and by Dr. Christie, teachers make a lot of sacrifices for our students each and every day, and not just Monday through Friday, but Saturdays and Sundays. And those sacrifices are of time, but also of money. And as mentioned, these supplies will be such a help to all of our students. And so many times I know we do school supply drives for students. We have backpack drives, we have let's get them pencils and pens and paper and things of that sort. But it is time that we also start looking at what our teachers need. And we understand that what our teachers need also addresses the needs of our students. So it doesn't always have to be directed to our students, but directed to the people who support our students to make sure we give them that wholesome and comprehensive support that they need in our schools. So on behalf of Prince George's County Public Schools, I want to thank the hard work of the Office of Community Relations. I definitely want to thank Coca-Cola Consolidated for their donation. I want to thank, I believe, Staples, if I've heard correctly, for their donation. And we're excited about all the other community partners that will come in to come support our scholars. Because again, this is a community effort. The county executive has constantly said, it takes a village. And this is about all of us moving together. It's not just the principal's duty to make sure our students achieve. It's not just the teachers. It's not just the mom and dad, but the entire community can play a role. And again, we want to thank you on behalf of Prince George's County Public Schools and on behalf of Prince George's County. So thank you so much. At this time of the program, I would like to introduce you all to someone who is very phenomenal. She is our fearless leader, and we are so grateful for her. I'm telling you, I have never met a lady who goes above and beyond for her team. And I just would like to introduce you our director, Ms. Yanisha Davis.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Desiree, for those kind words. I really appreciate it. So good morning again. Thank you for being here today. And again, Yanisha Davis, Director for the Office of Community Relations. And I serve at the pleasure of the county executive. And most importantly, I serve at the pleasure of our residents. Now, I was told to, make remarks a little bit longer. They understand I'm off and on most times, but I do get a chance to tell a story, just a little bit. So just indulge me, just slightly. Altman and I met at Mako conference in the summer of 2022. And he says, you know, Unisha, I want to do something with the Office of Community Relations. I said, oh, I definitely want to do something with Coca-Cola, right? Like, yes. And a lot of times you meet people and sometimes things just don't happen, right? You get busy and things of that nature. But we did follow up. And the follow-up actually happened. I was on my way to a 311 conference and I was in the airport. So I deboarded, got my bag, and I took my meeting in at the airport. He didn't even know but I was like, wait a minute, all these bags are whizzing by, these people are whizzing by. I'm not in my office, but I made it my office because I just had a thought. And I didn't know if Coca-Cola was really going to go for it, but I had a thought about the teachers and about supplies and what we could do. And while we were just coming off the backpack giveaway, but I did understand, I'm not a teacher. When I was in graduate school, I did teach semester of math, algebra, ninth graders. It just happened one semester. I'm not a teacher, okay? But I had that opportunity, but I did understand that what supplies were needed, that they're still needed. And some people are asking, well, it's March. It's March 1st, right? It's March. Why now? Because we want our students to finish strong, right? Pencils break, things are lost, notebooks are used up, the paper, teachers really, and one of the things, you see the copy paper here, that was the number one request of our teachers, paper. But when you think about it, right, to send the students with homework home, it's not all digital. Everyone doesn't learn that way, right? And I know I'm an old school parent, and I'm like, well, where is the homework? I need to hold it, right? No, mommy, we can do it online. No, where is the paper? So I do understand the challenges that our teachers have, but what I do love is that I work for a county executive who allows me and my office to think outside the box, right? To think about what if and all the other possibilities. And so when I was able to come to her and the chief of staff say, we want to do something for teachers, they were right on it and very supportive. And as a county executive, one of her main priorities is education. Right? It's not just education, but it's about quality education. You can't get that quality if you don't have the resources that you truly need to support a quality education. And I'm preaching to the teachers and the principals. You already know, right? What's going on. But I do want to say thank you to Coca-Cola just for believing in the possibility. Right? Just for hearing out the idea and the thought and allowing us to take a chance. And as I go around, I always say it is about collective impact that Erica talked about. Government, nonprofit, business can't do it alone. And so just to wrap up, a quick story, Staples donated these items as well, just because we had a conversation with them yesterday as we were buying a little bit more supplies and we told them what we were doing. And the manager of Staples said, stop, I have a boatload of supplies in the back that I want to give. And so my staffer, she was with her one car, possibly couldn't fill, it was already filled. So she says, hold on, let me call my team members. We're bringing back our truck. And so our truck came back and it was loaded with the supplies. But again, that is collective impact in action. Because when you're hearing about the good that someone's doing, it really should make you want to do good, right? And support your community. So again, I would like to say thank you. Thank you to Ms. Principal Preston for hosting us today. Amazing school. Thank you to Woodmore, Principal Zangi, and this Seat Pleasant, correct? Thank you. And I know Chillum as well. And then also we were able to donate to one of our private schools because as the county executive always says, everyone should have a seat at the table, right? It's not about where the zip code. Resources are needed. 90% of our teachers are going into their pocket, right, to give back every year to ensure what I said before, that quality education is actually delivered. So again, I want to say thank you. Now, I think I really took the time, right? Because guys, I would have been back in my seat. I see the county executive over and I'm like, thank you. Okay, thank you. So without further ado, because now you really don't want to hear from me, I present County Executive Alston Brooks. Well, good morning, everyone. I tell you, Unisha does such a beautiful job. I was standing there thinking, I think it's all been said, but I do want to thank her, thank the Office of Community Relations. This is just a wonderful, wonderful day, and they do such an excellent job. Can you please help me to thank Director Davis, Courtney, the whole Office of Community Relations team? They really do a beautiful job. You know, there's something to be said about the fact that it's hard to represent people you don't know or understand. And in each of the various initiatives that we've been able to develop through our office, they demonstrate a level of understanding that makes me feel so good. It is the case that Unisha is a mother with a young son. And so many of us have experiences that we try to bring to bear to make this work every day relatable and make the work impactful. And I just want to thank her. I'm also joined by some of my favorite folks too. Cheryl Bose, thank you so much for being here. And Dr. Donna Christie, thank you all so much for the work that you all do as well on behalf of our children. Principal Preston and the entire team here, all of our educators, thank you all so very, very much for what you do as well, day in and day out. This is not easy work. This is very, very challenging work. But it is the most important thing we do. The most profound obligation that we have as a government is the education of our children. And we say that that's not just words. It is literally the truth. Is if we don't pour into our children today, we don't have to worry about a future because there really will not be one. It is these children who will carry us forward. And they know by watching us what we feel about their education, whether or not their future is important to us. Well, our investment says it all. So to the community leaders who are here today, you have the mayor of Suitland, who is, and she's looking around, Mrs. Jacobs, trying to wonder who the mayor of Suitland is. But you have the mayor here and everybody else as well. Today's initiative really is about the recognition that the investment has to go on so many levels. We are making investments every day from the government side in education, starting, for example, with our school construction projects that we have. We had about an $8 billion backlog in terms of repairs that needed to be made to many of the facilities that we send our kids into every day. And so we've worked to make that investment, breaking ground on 10 new schools over the last 2 years alone. We've made investments also in the classroom. This year's figure, I think, is $2.8 billion that we're budgeting. This was 12%. We went over 12% higher last year just in investing in education. So the sum of money that we're spending. In fact, 62% of the entire budget for Prince George's County goes directly to our school system before we spend another penny in our county. 62 cents of every dollar goes directly to education, and it is rightfully so, but it's still not enough. We find that there are many, many gaps that need to be filled, and one of them that we hear about so often is the sacrifices that our educators have to make. Those sacrifices are untold. We are just talking about the resource sacrifice that has to be made from teachers who go into their own pockets to bring in supplies into a classroom. But the resource that we don't get to measure is what it means for that teacher who instills confidence in a child, the teacher who consoles a child, the teacher who gives hope to a child. Those are the resources that are given every single day that you can't measure. And I have to tell you that I personally, and I watch it even in the life of my own child, I don't know what I would do without the guidance and the love that my teachers gave me over the years. In fact, to tell you how long it's been, teachers never let go of us. Last week I turned 52 years old, and you should know that one of the first messages I got was from my English teacher from high school, Mr. Mulcahy. Francis Mulcahy reached out to say happy birthday to me last week, and I'm still hearing from so many of the teachers who have truly made an impact on me that I have never forgotten. So to all of our educators and teachers and everyone else involved in education, because it's not just the person standing in the classroom. We know it's also who greets you on the school bus, who gives you encouragement in the hallways. We know that the impact is so far reaching, and we just wanted to make sure that we at least contributed in a small way to let our teachers know how much we care about them and how grateful we are for them. I'll say this about education. You know, we're building our county every day. We're making important investments to make sure that we can grow the economy for the people of Prince George's County.
But even as we do that, again, the most important part of this would be the young people, the children of our community, who will keep our communities going, who will continue to build it long after we have gone. So some of the investments we're making today in young people are ones that we won't ever see ourselves. We're building a future, in other words, that some of us may never see. But again, a critical part of that is our teachers, and we just want to thank Coca-Cola for the contribution they made to make sure we had the supplies that we're giving out today. And I want to make sure I had some notes here. Make sure, did I forget any other of our contributors? Okay, I don't know that I have, but I do want to thank all of our supporters who made this possible today. So again, thank you to all of you for being here. I so appreciate it. I hope that I haven't. I had a list of who I was supposed to thank, and I have totally gone off script. So I have Cassandra Lassiter, Ebony Shields. I want to thank them. I believe that they were here representing the school system. To Wayne Tyree. Want to thank Wayne Tyree as well. And also Director Yane Barner. I don't know whether Yane was able to make it today. Okay, but I had her also. So I hope that I have not forgotten to thank anyone who is present today. But suffice it to say, we're grateful for all of you for being here. And you know what? We have much more work to do. Much more work to do. The best is coming. So thank you so much.
I do want to say, I think I went off script too, because they said I had to talk longer than I needed to. But I do want to say, one, thank you to my team. I don't do any of this, right? We have the ideas and they really get to make it happen, the magic happen. Want to also say thank you to the fire department, the Office of Central Services, also the Office of Homeland Security. So County Executive, it wasn't just OCR. You wouldn't have known. This is behind the scenes. In order for us to get the supplies there, we had to call on our sister agencies. They said, of course, whatever you need, they got their trucks there, supplies, and they delivered it to all of the schools. So I do want to say thank you again just for your continued support. And more than likely, I will be calling you Monday with another project.
Now we are moving to the most exciting part of the program. I told you I was excited today, so you have to excuse me for all these smiles that I have around this microphone. I would like to start off with this quote, though. Sorry. It's okay. One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. And this is why we thought that gifting materials to teachers are well needed, because we need to make a difference in the younger generation's life that come up after us. So I just want to leave us all with this quote. And now we are going to start with the gifting of materials. These are the schools that were selected that we chose to give the materials to. We chose 3 Title I schools, Chillum Elementary, Steve Pleasant Elementary, and Suitland Elementary. We chose 1 public school, Woodmore Elementary, and also a private school, National Christian Academy. So these are the schools that we selected to give the materials to. However, the materials will be delivered, the rest of these materials that we got yesterday from Staples, they will be delivered to your school at a later time. And then we will have closing remarks from Mr. Pennell from Coca-Cola Consolidated.
Great. Well, thank you all again. Thank you, County Executive. It's always an honor to partner with you in the county. You know, I think this is probably our 3rd big event that we've done right over the last 6 months. We're not slowing down. Coca-Cola Consolidated is not going anywhere. We are proud to be a business here in the county, and we're proud to partner with you as always. And as we can always do, serve others and honor God in all we do. So thank you again. Thank you, Director DeVille. Thank you for everything. Thank you.